Pulsechain main chat, see if anyone's awake.
Hey,
So I
Big Bud,
followed you
I
guys
got it.
in here.
Who's that?
It's kinetics, bro.
Oh, that white guy from Southern California.
Oh man, you guys are freaking.
Dude,
You guys are streaking through the chats, huh?
kinetics. I'm trying to pump these guys up. What's going on here? Anybody alive? It's like everybody woke up dead.
It's been like this all day, man. Everybody's just
Does
nothing more
anybody
to
talk
talk
on here
about.
anymore?
Bear market lows. Low.
Antonio, Ramon, DC, Currency. Anybody awake on here? How can you be blessed?
Steak and bake sleeping.
I
Jeez.
Hey, Kinetics, I even DM Steak and Bake. He blew me off like I was redneck. It pissed me off.
Tony Montana's awake. It's like afternoon for him.
Hey,
Uh,
so redneck.
it's morning,
Hey,
bro. It's 9:34 in the
See?
morning.
hey,
See, it's
Kinetics,
still early.
Kinetics. So I was on here like an hour ago, and I got this headset on. I bought this freaking headset because of Papa Boner, and then I came on here and he ignored me like I was some dirty sock on the vacant lot. He got me mad. Hurt my feelings actually.
Yeah, word is on the streets. You're over there at that bag builder degenerate chat.
Never been there, brother. What are you talking about? Who even says it?
Is that the place where you can talk about what you want and no one shouts you down?
Easy, hard hat. Hey, Kinetics. What movie is that from?
Yeah.
Remember that? Cheech and Chong, brother.
Freedom of move,
Chong.
freedom of movement, and freedom of speech, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Easy.
It's just so funny how when we were pumping, um, there was like 100 people, 200 people, or whatever, and the just chat was just going crazy. And now it's like, okay, now's the time to buy, guys.
I know. Big buddy, even worse than that is it. All these folks out here that might be asleep, we're trying to bring life to them because if you don't water a plant, they're never gonna grow. And we're trying to bring some water and some life. You guys have any questions on here? Feel free to ask Kinetics. I'm just the Jacobinator. But Big Bud and some of these other guys come on more than happy to answer your questions. And you're on here for a reason. You're on here to learn. And this is where I learned everything. And so to be quiet, that's okay. But at the same time, if you have a question about anything, it'd be kind of cool to ask. That's how I learned. I'm just saying. So steak and bake, wake up, numbnuts.
He's it's like 4:30 his time.
Oh, he's sleeping with redneck?
It's either 3:30 or 4:30 where he is. Yeah, Redneck will be on this chat in about an hour. That dude wakes up at like fucking dawn.
Dude, that's my boy. He's so cool, man. I love that guy. Not as much as you, Kinetics, but close.
Yeah, you just want your free Bitcoin airdrop.
I only want like 10. Who cares?
You know, Top Cat came in here into this chat. I think it was yesterday or maybe today. And Mandalorian was in here and just fucking. I come in and Mandalorian's already going off. He's just like, and you come in here, nobody here has ever told you to stake for 5555. I've never heard PulseX or anybody ever say anything
No
about staking
way.
5555. He's like, and you come in here and you're calling people, prostitutes and and this and that, and Mandalorian's just pissed, dude. He's just going off. And by then,
On
Top
who?
Cat
On
was
who?
already
On who?
muted. Top Cat, dude, Top Cat.
They muted Top Cat?
Yeah, here in the Pulsechain main chat.
Oh,
And
okay.
Mandalorian was just going off, and he's like, yeah, Profix jumps on, and now you don't have anything to say. Come on, this is ridiculous. This is blah 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 blah. It's getting all fucking lectury and scoldy, and that's just. I know Top Cat can definitely ruffle some feathers, but come on, man. Kind of like reminds me of how when Papa Boner, who I have a lot of respect for, just lost his cool on John S, man. Just like lost it, man. I don't know if you were on that day,
Yeah, I was. I
but
was. I was.
I mean, don't you think that was a little excessive? I mean, John S isn't
Yeah.
like a 20-year-old just getting into
Punk.
crypto. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I remember that too. Yep. I didn't
Yeah,
hear the
and then
Top
when
Cat thing.
after Papa Boner was done putting his stake in the ground or whatever, it was like silent for like 20 minutes. And then people just started just jumping off the chat because it was just fucking like tumbleweeds, man. Like nobody wanted to say anything. It's like, oh, great. Well, party's over, guys.
Kinetics, I gotta tell you though, I think Papa Boner, it means well. I've learned a lot from that guy. I think he means well, but it's all in the delivery, bro. And I share that with the people in the dealership. You know, I'm only there 3 days a week. You know that. But I have way more experience than the people that are there. Other than life is good, and uh, and I share with them. It's all in your delivery. If you say, hey, Tom, do me a favor, bro. There's a customer out there. Would you mind going and talking to them? Then yes, you say it with love. Now, and then you say, hey, you jack off, what are you, idiot? Can't you see there's a customer out there? Come on, you moron. You don't talk to people that way. So it's all in the delivery. It really is. Even in your home life. And my son, I speak to my son. My son was having some issues with his wife and stuff like that, a few months ago. And I said, son, you know what? You know, if you get more with sugar than you do with salt. So, when your wife speaks to you, in a certain way, say, hey, babe, I don't speak to you that way. Want me to do something, speak to me, with respect, and I'll be more than happy to do it. And I think that Papa Boner means well. And he really does. But I think sometimes, especially if you're brand new. So I was brand. I had crypto on my phone. Well, I think we all did. And if we didn't, then you're lying. I did. Did you, Kinetics?
Well, not really. I got
Don't
in
tell
like
me. Don't tell me you started with a Trezor wallet. You jack.
I started with the ledger. Yeah. I
Oh well,
started.
God God bless
I
you.
didn't do any. I mean, I had Coinbase though. So it's like I actually no. I take that back. I had KuCoin on my phone. Um, I guess that's a wallet, so to speak. It's more of an
Yeah.
exchange, but I did that on my phone and Coinbase on my phone. But yeah, no. I mean, I
Right.
totally get what you're saying, and I think Papa Boner has like just his approach is like tough love, kind of always. And
Yeah.
he's got this like
Yep.
hard exterior, like I'm the master of the fucking security universe kind of thing, and
Yeah.
he's the authority figure, and he just gets straight to the point. He doesn't have time for fucking feelings and emotions, and he doesn't
Yeah.
want to know about like what your dog's name is. He doesn't want to know, and that's okay. But like when he came at John S like that, dude, it was like it wasn't just some like fucking some idiot who like gave his seed words out to somebody. he just came
Yeah.
in super hot, man, and it was just disrespectful and kind of uncalled for, and just real like these some of the characters on this chat, and I know we're being recorded right now, but are just, they get like almost power hungry or something, like where they just
Yeah.
want to parent everybody and scold everybody and lecture everybody. They look for the opportunity to come in and tell you no, you know, blah blah blah. It's just like that limits your
Well, I mean,
creativity. It doesn't fucking help anybody. Look, if you're not talking about scam projects or you're not talking about good projects or whatever to help people figure that out, they're gonna go get wrecked, you know, because they
what
don't know.
you're right, and I would say this. You know, what he's saying is 1 billion% true. You can't even argue with what he's saying. I think the way he says it is different. You know, and again, I talked to him. I tried to talk to him a couple hours ago. Out of for whatever reason, he acted not. Maybe he's asleep. I don't know. Although it's probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Japan. I don't know. But I miss him. I haven't spoke to him in about a month and a half, and I learned a lot from him. You know, he's part of who I am, and he's part of the reason why I onboarded. Well, not help me onboard people, but help me with their security. You know, but you're right. It is what it is. If you know, you can't say something to somebody ignorantly, or how could I say it? In a way where derogatory remark, and then expect life back. So if I'm brand new and I come in, I'll tell you right now, I got a buddy who invested a ton of money into Hex, and then he came on the chat, and he was just so dumbfounded the fact that you be able to go on Coinbase and MetaMask and everything else. I got to go on the chat. He comes on the chat, and the first day, you know, he probably boner heard he didn't have a hardware mask. Well, the fact that you even get him on Coinbase and MetaMask and connect his phone, connect his account and everything else to be able to buy that, he was very, you know, kind of taken aback. And then he gets on the chat the first day, and probably boner's like, "What? You don't have?" And again, I know he means well. Don't get me wrong. I love Papa Boner, and I love Tam. Actually, Tam's my favorite. That's a whole different conversation. But he, I think you can see if you see a little more tact, people will receive more. Would you agree?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean everybody's got their style, right? And Papa Boner's, it's just that if you don't know who he is and he's coming at you like that, like it's like, geez, dude. Okay, I get it. Fuck.
Yeah.
We're
N-
not
Now,
we're not
now,
all six.
exactly. In other words, for instance, if Connects, I met you a few months ago, and I have a ton of respect for you. But let's say 20 years ago, you said, "Hey, Jake and Hater, you Jack, what the hell's going on with you? You gotta do it this way." I would probably say, "All right, Connects, dude, I apologize, bro. I love you. All right, done, no problem." But if I meet you the first day in my life, you're like, "Jake, you're a schmuck." Like, who the heck are you,
Yeah.
dude? That's not cool.
Yeah. Or you're asking a question, and I'm like, I don't care. I do not care what's about to come out of your mouth. What you need to do is get off of this chat right now and go to one of the two websites that I just listed for you. No other websites. Order your treasure, do your blah, 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 read it, and come back. There's nothing else as important as that. Nothing about what you're going to say even comes close. Like stuff like that, where he's so fucking, it's actually entertaining for like
It,
people
it,
listening to
really-
that
it,
shit.
it's 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 funny, bro. Connect. Have you ever heard of identity block?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's over on He's over on that degenerate bag builder chat.
No, stop chatting. Go and do it right now. Right now. No more talking.
No more talking.
Hold on,
You sound
hold
too-
on, Kinetics. Hold on, real quick. Kinetics. Identity is on that degenerate bag builder block.
The bag builder chat, yeah.
Well, I stopped in there once or twice on the way home. I stopped at a gas station and I tried to fill up. Are you serious?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. He wasn't there.
Dude,
He must not have been there.
yeah, he was at the gas station on the way up to 15. Anyways, check this out, bro.
Yeah.
That when I first came on this chat, the very first time, been about a year. My first person, I was so excited about life is good. You know, my good friend I know for 20 years, he got me into this, and he goes, "Jake it in. Okay, there's this chat. You got to get on there." So the very first day, I'm in my kitchen and I sit at my counter and I go, "Excuse me, sir. Can I ask a question?" And then life is good. Like he called me, "Dude, shut up! Don't ask. Don't talk like that." So, so I did identity block. Identity block was the first person I ever talked to on chat. And he goes. I go, well, I wanna onboard like 10 people. And I was in Pulsechain for like, I don't know, a week. I'm onboarding my family, onboarding my friends. I'm a salesperson. Let's go. And so I go, look, I want to onboard a bunch of people, and I just want to ask a question. And I did the first thing identity block was like, well, first of all, do they have hardware wallets? That was the first thing that was ever said to me. And I go, well, what is that? Because Life is Good had not told me about it. He didn't want to overwhelm me. And he goes, well, you got to get him a transfer. I go, well, how do you spell it? And so he can go back a year ago and he has it's the identity block spelling out transfer for me. I'm all TRE. It was so funny, and we were friends for a few months, and then it was just crazy.
SURE. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
you got into it with some people.
Ooh.
Identity block, man.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. Well, I have a couple too, but people.
No.
Oh, I know the whole story, bro. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk off chat. But yeah, I know the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
But he's one of the first persons that ever told me. Connects. He's the first one that ever told me, "Hey, Jake and Air, look, this is what I would do. I would invest in another ERC token other than Hex, so you could swap that for Pulsechain. This is before PulseX ever came out. For Pulsechain when it comes out, and I didn't know nothing, bro. I knew nothing. I was just, you know, a pleb. Well, I'm kind of still pleb compared to you, but I'm not trying to dox you. But anyways, so anyway, he's like, dude, you got to do this, and but he was such a gentleman. I know he's from Puerto Rico, and he's a good man, and I got nothing respect for him. But if I want to go, what is it? What's it called? Big bald. What's the name of the new chat? Big bald, big builder. What's it called?
Ball sack builders.
Oh, Rhino Chasers on that, right?
Yep. Rhinos have big balls.
Are we talking about the same
Big
Rhino?
sacks.
Oh my God. So, wow, that is so funny. But what a blessing that is. I gotta tell you, because people like you and Life is Good and Profex and Walrus and Tam and Pepe and Papa Boner and Identity Block and all you different folks. What a blessing. Because it's been about a year, a little over a year now that I've done this chat. And it's a blessing. I got to tell you. If people that are on this chat that aren't speaking, and it's okay, but if you're still listening wherever you are in the world, you are in the right place. I gotta tell you, you're in the right place. And if you don't believe it, you're never gonna receive it. You have to believe you are. You have to speak with conviction. You gotta believe that the money that you put in, which should be, don't put your rent money in. If you're in this place right now, you're gonna be blessed. And for the people that know me, know that I say that, and I say it with conviction because if we go back to Amazon day one, Home Depot day one, Apple day one, Amazon day one, if you had bought that, you probably, and I did none of those, but I am in Pulsechain day one. I am in PulseX day one. I'm in Hex a year in 5 months day one, and we're gonna be blessed. So you guys just hang on, hold tight. Uh, I wish you guys would speak up. I don't know everything. If I ever thought I did, I would be nothing. Because again, when I believe when we're green, we grow, and when we think we know everything, we rot. So we love to answer any questions for Redneck or Big Bud or Kinetics. Uh, if you guys are awake, ask a question.
Yeah, when Lambo?
Already Lambo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I didn't know Identity Block is around still. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still Puerto Rican or what's going on with that?
He's got the flag in his name. He's got the Puerto Rican flag in his next to his name on his handle.
Next, do you have his phone number?
Well, I got his his username thing. I
Dude,
haven't
I'm gonna
talked to
talk to
him
him,
one on
bro.
one. He's just been in there a couple times.
How your boys doing? Everything good?
Yeah, man, they're doing well, brother.
Amen. Amen. You're so blessed.
Yeah.
Hey, so you better come down to this deal with everybody else. You said you're in, right?
Well, yeah, but it's like we're like halfway through the month. Are we gonna get a date on this thing?
Oh my God. Today's the 10th. You have 21 more days. Wait through the month. Come on.
We're
You sound like a car salesman.
we're three we're, we're 3 days away from the middle of the month. Sorry.
No. What a dick. Dude, today's the 10th. Check off.
It's the 11th.
Yeah, well.
I
Okay,
know
so I'm
what
gonna call.
time zone you're in.
Of course you do. So okay, I'm gonna hook it up, brother. You better be in. It'll be the end of the month. I gotta get a hold of J. Paul Ceremony, so we'll hook it up for sure. Just be
Yeah, I
flexible,
talked
dude.
to Thor the other day. Thor was like in. He's like, yeah, man. I talked to him a couple days ago. He's like, yeah, so we're supposed to be getting together at the end of the month. I said, yeah, man. Like, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I said, okay, cool.
No, he's in. He's in. He's
Oh
in.
yeah.
And Rhino Chasers coming. Impulsive is coming. Life is Good is coming. You're coming. I'm coming. J. Paul's is coming. Um, another couple friends of ours. It's coming. Probably I think 10, 12 people. So it'll be fun.
Hey, did I tell you I met up with Illuminati
No.
last week? Yeah, he came
Shut
down. Yeah, I saw him on the second or third.
Dude, that is so jacked up. He got to meet you before me. That's jacked up, bro.
Dude, it was like it came together like the day before, you know. And so I had like a 2-hour window, and it just happened to work, where he was able to get his sister's car, and we ended up meeting at my studio for a little bit,
No
and went to
way.
have some coffee. Yeah.
Wow. I'm so proud of that guy, man. I gotta tell
Oh
you,
man.
I'm so proud of him. He's such a best. He curses a lot. I don't like that, and I told him that. And whenever I'm on the chat, I'm sorry, Jenkinator, because he would curse left and right, and he couldn't get a word out with saying the F word. And finally, I had to tell him. It
Oh
was kind of
really?
like JK. Yeah, and I'm on Illuminati probably 6 months now, and I'm so proud of him. I know he talked about what he's been through and everything else in his life, and I'm so proud of him. I try to pump him up and everything, and he's awesome, man. I haven't got the opportunity to meet him, but I'm so proud of him. Every time I talk to him, I tell him how proud of him I am because I really am. He's been through a lot.
That dude is dude,
Yes,
how tall do you think he is?
I don't know, 5'10". What is he?
Dude, Illuminati is 6'6".
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. That's a heart attack, man. He's 6'6".
Dude,
He got out of the car, and I was like, wow, dude, you are how you're like a giant, bro. How tall are you? He's like, yeah, 6'6". I was like, wow, dude, that's crazy. I didn't know. I thought you were my height. Like I'm 6 foot even, average height or whatever.
I'm sick. No, 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 no. You know what the average height is? Do you know
What,
in America? 5'8".
five? Yeah, I was gonna say
No,
5'9" or something.
no, it's 5'8" because you have to figure out all the
Oh,
Orientals, all the Mexicans. I'm
yeah, yeah,
6'1", dude. I'm 6 foot. How about your size?
oh
How
wow,
awesome is that, though?
okay,
How
you
awesome
got
is
me
that?
by
I
then.
can't wait to. Yeah,
How
well,
tall is Thor? Is Thor pretty tall?
no, Thor's about 5'10", 5'11".
Oh, okay.
Smart dude, man. Smart. I love Thor. He's a good guy. Him and I got into it, but who cares? We both. He believes in what we believe in, so I'm stoked
Yeah, I
about
know,
that.
I know.
He loves the
He
Lord.
just he likes a good debate, though.
He does. He does. He does.
I've had my moments where we could have gone down that road, and I just decided, nah, Thor he likes it too much. He'll just let it go,
Yeah.
and he'll admit it too. He likes a good debate, but it's kind of
No, he
like
did
it's
that.
kind of like a but it's kind of like a fighter, right? Like somebody that's constantly getting in the ring and doing MMA or UFC or whatever, and like it's nothing to them. Like they enjoy it. Like they go out and have a beer afterwards. I think that's kind of like how Thor is, like intellectually or controversial subjects. Like he'll get in there in the ring and he loves to spar, man. He loves to freaking slap box. At the end of the day, he has more respect for you if you tussle with him. And so I see that in him. So I'm pretty careful. Like I don't like engaging in those types of things. But he's got some strong opinions.
You know what's cool, bro, is that he. So we had a conversation, whatever, and we kind of. Well, we never cursed. One thing we never did is we never MF'd each other because that's who I am. And you'll never hear me say that. And I know you never heard me do that because that's not who I am. Do I get upset sometimes? Absolutely. But the next day, I text him, like, hey, dude, you still love me? He goes, dude, of course I do. And then he went on chat on the other degenerate chat. he goes, "Hey, Jake, I got to tell you, I apologize." So that was kind of cool. That was big of him, kind of cool.
Dude, there was like the first time it said Jakeinator has joined the chat or whatever, right? Somebody, I don't remember who it was that was on there. I think Filipino, right? We were on the chat, the voice chat. Filipino was on there. There was a decent amount of people in there. And Filipino was just like, oh man. He's like, oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Jakeinator, man, that dude does not like me. Like every time I say something, like I can't say anything, and that guy, blah blah blah. And then somebody else said, like, someone's like, wow, man, this is like becoming like the Pulsechain main chat, right? Thor steps up and goes, man, I'll tell you what, Jakeinator, like that's a good dude, man. Like I met him, I met him. I actually met him. He's like, I actually met up with him. We had dinner. He's like, that guy's got a heart of gold, man. Just a he's just a freaking full of love, like just salt of the earth, man. Him and his partner, he talks about stuff that he works with. Like he just was going on and on and on and on and on and on. So
Really,
yeah, and yeah, he
I
came
never
out
knew that.
hot. He came out hot. And I said, yeah, man. I said, I talked to Jake Mayer. I haven't met him in person, but he's got a good heart, man. I know that. I've talked to him offline, and but yeah, because it was kind of still early-ish
Yeah.
in the chat, and so it was like people were just kind of trying to keep it small and trying not to keep, trying to keep things, you know, different than what it was over here, blah blah blah. But Thor stepped up, man, and Sadude stepped up. Like it was like the three of us said. Sadude came up and like right after Thor, after me, and said, he's like, yeah, dude. He's like, I have no problems with Jake Nader. He's like, Jake Nader's. I think Sadude invited you to that thing. He
He
said
did.
that. He's like,
He
he said,
he
he's
did.
like, I'm the one who did. He's like, he called it out. He's like, I'm the one who actually invited him. He's like, he's a cool dude, man. I love that guy. Like, yeah, it was dope, man. So
That was kind of cool. Obviously, it's it was definitely the best. As a matter of fact, yeah, no, I just want to say about that, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, he's Sadhu. I met Sadhu obviously on here on this chat, and he was only on here for I don't know 2 3 months, but he reminded me a lot of Jay Pulse, another gentleman who's on the other chat, and true gentleman, and but yeah, we'll talk about that again tomorrow. But again, the reason I want to come back to the Pulse chain chat is because I think that we have so much life to bring, and but at the same time, when you're trying to bring it and there's no conversation, it's hard when you're trying to interact with somebody. It's kind of like when you're single and you go to a bar or to a restaurant and you're trying to interact and you're ugly, kind of like redneck, and nobody's paying attention to you. At some point, you got to say, "Hey, take it in or get over here," and make them laugh or some shit. I don't know, and then they do, and you come over because I tell you what, you can be ugly. I'm not the best looking guy. I'm not the ugliest one in the room either. But when somebody comes over and tries to speak with you and bring you into the conversation, at some point you have to interact because I got to tell you, I don't know everything, and neither do you, Kinetics, and neither do you. I don't know what else is on here. But at some point you have to interact because a closed mouth doesn't get fed. If you don't open your mouth and say, "Hey, Kinetics, what do you think about this?" or "What do you think about that?" What is Pulsechain going to launch? Does Kinetics know it? No, he doesn't. Do I know? Heck, no, I don't. But I got to tell you, are we in the right place? Absolutely, 100%. And I've heard Kinetics, and I spoke with him on the phone. Does he believe in Richard Hart projects? Absolutely. 100%. And it's at some point you got to realize you're in a good place. So anybody on this chat who's still awake, If you haven't told your family about Richard Hart projects, you're doing the wrong thing. You got to get them into it, even if it's $100, $200. Because what's going to happen is this: let's just say you invested $1,000, and Pulsechain goes through the roof. It goes crazy, and next thing you know, you're sitting there at Thanksgiving dinner, and all of a sudden you're worth, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand. And you tell your family members, oh, by the way, I invested in Richard Hart projects, and I invested in Pulsechain, and I put $1,000 in, and now I'm worth 50,000. And what are your family members going to say? Well, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? And this other gentleman, about 10 months ago, I was still new on the chat. He said, hey, Jaconator, what about if I tell my family members about Pulsechain and actually it was just Pulsechain at that time, and it doesn't work out? What do we talk about Thanksgiving dinner? I go, first, I love stuffing, and I'd say pass the stuffing. I'd bring the phone over, bring the food up. Can I? And kinetics, I gotta tell you, my stuffing is unreal. One of these things, I'll make it for you. Anyway, so pass the stuffing, set it down, and they're gonna say, you know what? I either wish you would have told me about it, or why didn't you tell me about it? And I would much rather have you have told them about it than not. Because for that $1,000, you told them to only invest what you can afford to lose, and you told them right from the beginning, you'll be okay. Or you never told them that $1,000 could turn into 50,000. I would much rather have that conversation about why did they not invest, rather than you be loaded or semi-loaded, whatever the case may be, depending on your bag, than never telling them about it. That's the reason why I spoke to my mother, who's 85 years old, and my father, who's 80 years old. Do I need their money? No. But at their age, it's nice to get up in the morning and see how they're going to be doing when Pulsechain launches. And that's the reason why I got my 85-year-old mother and my 80-year-old father and the other 50 family members and 70 friends and coworkers into Pulsechain and the PulseX, because if I don't believe it, I would have never invested. And I would rather them get into it than to never have got into it. Because I believe in my heart of hearts, just like kinetics, that we're going to be blessed.
Yep. Just a matter of time, all this waiting and speculation and bear market. Like we're not at the bottom yet. So anybody on here that's not hearing that, you're not getting the truth. We are not at the bottom. There's no indicators that I've seen, and I've seen a lot, that are sending buy signals out on Hex or Bitcoin. We're at maybe the denial stage. Maybe we're at early capitulation. But when that Mt. Gox thing happens and all that Bitcoin starts all the downward pressure in the market, and then you've got recession happening, you've got maybe another couple interest rate hikes, you've got a real estate bubble, got a war in Ukraine, we've got midterm elections coming up, we have assets overvalued everywhere, we've got commodities and resource shortages everywhere. We're not at the bottom. The bottom means there's nowhere else to go. Like nothing's happening. We're not seeing improvements in any of those categories. We don't see a recovery plan being executed or deployed yet. So we're going to bounce around down here for a little while. Bitcoin's going to fall. Hex is probably going to be, at a price where every single person on this chat should be setting limit orders at whatever you think the price is going to be. I don't want to get banned from here. But don't think this is the bottom, okay? Just because you have 2 cycles to go on, that's nothing. 2 cycles ain't shit. You've got 2014, you got 2017, 18. That's nothing. That's not historical context. That's 2 moves in the market. So we've already taken this downward trend that should have already recovered according to those last 2 cycles, and we're elongating it now. So even people like John Wick and other HEX people in the HEX community that have been around since day one, they're saying the same thing. And so you're getting confluence with a lot of the HEX community that we're going to see a lower bottom. And when that happens, you might not have to just buy right away. It could bounce around. We could bounce around at 3 cents. We could hit that support level and break down through it. And we could be at 2 cents and bounce around for a while. And then you have even more uncertainty and fear in the market. Then Bitcoin could drop to under 10 grand. And then you got even more. And then you got people pulling out going, man, this is a scam. This crypto thing is crazy. Like, all the money's been drained out of it. Nothing's going to survive. I'm out of here. That is capitulation. So if you're not weak-handed or weak-minded and you can survive through that and accumulate at that bottom, 2023 and 24 and 25 are going to change your life. They're going to change your life.
Amen.
Everything's going to do 50x, and then and things like Pulse and PulseX are going to do, thousands.
Watch.
And HEX has a good, if you're getting HEX at anything under 2 cents, watch that go 50 to 100x.
Hey, Kinetics, and I agree with you 100%, 1,000,000%. And it's crazy because now, Kinetics, for everybody on this chat, let's just say hypothetically that you invest, I don't know, $1,000, whatever the case may be, into a Pulsechain. And let's just say it went up to I don't know, $100,000, hypothetically. And you took $50,000 out to liquid loan. I'm sorry, you just took you took $50,000 of that 100x of the 100,000, and you put into HEX, and you stake that for, I don't know, 2, 4, 5 years. I personally wouldn't do more than that, but it is what it is. I'm old. I'm like 79. All right, give or take a few years. So I'm just saying, okay.
Oh, you're my age.
Give or take a few weeks.
Yeah, give or take a few weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just saying, Connect. If I'm wrong, you tell me. But hear me out. Okay, so let's just say so folks put some money into Pulsechain, and they made $100,000. With that $100,000, let's just say that was me. So I made $100,000 after, let's just say, 2 years. Hypothetical. I would take 50 grand out. I will put it into HEX, because everybody that I know that has any kind of a brain thinks that HEX is going to go crazy. And I really believe that in my heart of heart. Now, what do I think is going to go crazier first? I think that Pulsechain is it's gonna be the gorilla, not the gorilla, but it's gonna be ripping faces off, personally, because PulseX had a way bigger sacrifice because they didn't get into Pulsechain. So I think Pulsechain is gonna pump huge, and then PulseX will catch up. But the bottom line is, let's say after 2 years, you're up, you're $100,000. Where are you gonna put your money? Into a CD? No, hell no. You put it in HEX, and you stake it for 2, 3, 4 years. 5, 5, 5, 5. I'm not a big proponent. Again, I'm not as old as Kinetics, but I'm getting up there. I don't want to do 15 years. So I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe 8 years, whatever the case may be. Maybe pulling out for your grandkids. I have grandkids. They're older than Kinetics' kids, but here and there. But anyways, we're bottom line is, what are we going to do with our gains? We're going to put it back in the HEX. And that's the reason why Richard Hart came out with Pulsechain, is because of HEX, because the fees on Ethereum are awful. they're unreal. So it's kind of if you keep your head about you, you're going to be blessed. That's what I'm going to do. And I think a lot of the hexings I near here in Southern California connects will go over that when I see you, when I meet you, and we have conversation on the phone. But it's exciting stuff, man. It's good to be back in the chat.
Well, keeping in line with the rules of this chat, I won't mention third-party projects by their name, but if you go down and check out who's in the room, he's already doing that. He's already doing that for me. But there's some pretty interesting protocols launching that allow you to, collateralize some of your bag, and there's even some tokens launching, I heard through the grapevine, that represent some of those strategies that are used on that particular protocol. So there's a lot of creative ways to boost an already, highly appreciative asset. Man, I mean, when this thing goes live, I don't know, people are going to lose their minds because there's so much to do. There's so much out there that's launching on the chain. I mean, do your research, do it well. Join the Telegram groups, get to know these people, their background, and be don't just throw money at everything, but if you want to know how you can, because it's one thing to be dashboard rich, man. It's one thing to be paper rich. A lot of OG Hexicans were paper rich at one point and watched a lot of it go away. Dips are in the game, etc. But if you're really
Where'd you go,
trying to, I'm here, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So do your research, man. Do your homework, guys. There's some protocols out there that allow you to be able to realize some of those gains without touching your bags, and in fact growing your bags in many creative and different ways. So yeah, it's exciting times when this shit goes gangbusters. I mean, I know exactly what I'm doing. And have your plan ready, know what you want as a cost basis, and don't worry about what people are telling you. Don't swap this for that. Oh, this is going to be this. Oh, the ratios, you're not going to get a ratio. You're not going to do this. Okay, great. Have your ratios in your head that you're okay with, and if it doesn't reach that, then don't do it. Wait for the dip. Keep some dry powder on hand, but don't if you try to find one guy that's going to give you the whole strategy for what you're going to do with all your shit, it's never going to work. Do your research, hang out with smart people, figure out what they're doing, and then try to adapt things and modify it to fit your needs and your situation, and you'll be good. Don't listen to that Jakinator guy, that's for sure.
Hey, what's going on with that?
Oh, he's back. Do not, whatever you do, don't listen to the Jakinator guy or the haunted strategy guy, because those guys are out there, man. Way out there.
Yeah. Hey, Kinetics. Yeah.
You're
That's the
too
guy he's
kind.
got lunch with here at the end of the month.
I didn't mention any third-party projects by name, Adrian.
Good job,
No,
Kinetics.
I'm just wondering how that hunted strategy will work with the 95% dip. I mean, you want to go to the market side and you say, honey, I'll collateralize $20,000 worth of pools in order to go and get groceries of $1,000. I mean, it doesn't work in my head. I don't know how he keeps putting that strategy there.
Hey, yo, Adrian. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Kinetics don't know nothing about Yo Adrian.
What's that?
Sorry, I can barely hear you guys because here it's raining, and at the same time it's pretty warm, and I don't want to close all the windows.
Kinetics, that's kind of cool though. I'm gonna have to buy Thor next beer or something when I see him. That was kind of cool. And Sadu. Sadu's my boy. Of course you are too, but that was kind of cool. That was good looking out.
Yeah, I also said something too, so I'm expecting a beer. I like Blue Moon. I'm not a big beer guy, but I'll take a Guinness every now and then.
Hey man, I got you, man.
This place is pretty lively. 24 people in this room, you know, for a freaking
It connects. Well, everybody's
Sunday
has
night.
haters, and that's okay, because if we're trying to preach the word and trying to and not necessarily about God, who we both love, but preach the word as far as what we're trying to accomplish, which is to try to better ourselves and our family and the people around us. It's a good thing, and so sometimes it pisses people off. They're atheists that come on here, and they might be on here some now, and God bless them. But at the same time, I think you kind of can gauge somebody's heart, and we're all after the same thing, which is to better ourselves and our family. So it's
Yeah.
all good, brother.
I'm like Redneck. I have no haters. Everybody loves me.
You're right. Everybody loves redneck. You're right. It's
Well,
funny if
I'm
he
gonna
knew
have
how
to
much we
turn
talk
in,
about him when
man.
he's not on here.
He is. He's on here. His name is RM. I'm just kidding. he's got an alias. 2:30 in the morning over here, man. I'm fading out. So I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip side.
Yeah, ditto, brother. God bless you, man.
All right, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow, probably.